Hi, I'm Sarah from InsideOut RV. Today I'm going to run through with you our unique consultation process. First step in the process is definitely to have a chat, ideally in person, but can be by phone or video link. But we need to find a bit of information about how you like to travel, where you like to go, when you like to go, and who you'll be travelling with. We also need to know your own ideas about lengths and layouts, preferences, previous experiences, things that you are non-negotiable about, and from there as a team we can come up with a couple of floor plans as a starting point, and from there we can get a ballpark figure of the caravans that you're starting to look at. Once you've nailed down a floor plan that suits you, we start to look at the spec. So InsideOut RV has a very good starting point for the specs. We've worked really closely with the manufacturers over in Melbourne to come up with a spec level that's really appropriate for New Zealand. We've taken away a lot of the Australian componentry, and we've added in a whole lot of things that are really specific to New Zealand. So appropriate suspension, big windows, outdoor showers, just a whole lot of things that apply to the New Zealand environment that aren't so important in Australia. So we can adapt those even further on the information that you give us and different requirements that you might have, so that we can come up with a caravan with a spec level and components that are just ideal for your situation and needs. At this point we'll provide you with a quote for your specific build, and if you want to go ahead with it, we'll draw up a sale and purchase agreement for your caravan. Once we receive the deposit, we book you in with the manufacturers for a build slot. That's a couple of months in advance. The whole process takes about 3 months. So if you want it for a specific date, perhaps a little bit stretched out in the future, we can accommodate that. We reserve your pricing and just slot you in for when it best suits you. So the first thing we run through is the exterior colours. I'm going to give you a bit of an example here. You can get a aluminium corrugate exterior. We also have the smooth aluminium composite cladding. 3 standard colours: white, silver and then charcoal. But we really encourage you to go a little bit adventurous, and we have a whole range of colours here of, again, it's aluminium composite in all the colours of the rainbow. So to give you a bit of an idea, we've got, you know, blues and silvers. Some really popular ones are the metallic bronze. This is a very stunning colour, very subtle but pretty stunning. The other one that we've had a couple of now is the navy blue. That looks really stylish. The red, we've got one in the red. So all sorts. You can just have a whole lot of fun with these. And that's the exterior, and that gets paired with the black checker plate, which goes on the base of the caravan. Interior colours. The interior, you get to choose so much. So first of all, we have flooring. This is one of our booklets of flooring. There's a huge amount of range here in terms of what we can go for. Quite a few concrete looks and some natural wood looking vinyl. We've got ranges in the bench tops, so a huge amount, some lovely wood grains there, dark, light. We've got some ones that, these are all slightly textured. We have got a gloss range as well, but these textured ranges are very stylish. Definitely my favourite. And then we've got a whole range of interior cupboards. So some anti-fingerprint ones there, and then we've got a huge range of all sorts of colours here. So we're on a real drive to get rid of beige and cream out of caravans. That seems to be the standard colour range for any caravan, but we're trying to break away from that mould a little bit. So your colours are your choice. We can definitely help you with that, those decisions and putting different things together. But you choose the top cupboards, the bottom cupboards, the flooring, the bench top. Oh, the upholstery. I haven't showed you that. Right, spoiled for choice here. We have a standard range where you've got your blacks and your greys and through to your beiges. We've tried a white one. Looks very, very stylish, but then we've got this alternative range of all these different colours. It's just stunning, and one very brave family went for the yellow. Looks stunning. So you can be as adventurous or conservative as you like, but they are all your decisions. Once you've made all these colour choices, we get them written up by Australia into a plan and a spec sheet. We go through that with a fine-tooth comb and then give that to you. We run through it with you on the phone or in person, making sure that each of the choices you've decided on are reflected in that plan, that we've got a clear understanding of what you want and that Australia fully understands that as well. You've got an opportunity at this point to make any changes. A common one is the position of PowerPoints, just juggling those around, putting them perhaps above the table rather than below them, that type of thing. Lots of scope there to make those little adjustments to make your caravan pretty ideal for you. So once you're happy with those, there can be a bit of to and fro with that. Back to Australia, back to you, back to Australia, back to you. But once you're happy with that, we get you to sign those off, and then they are set for the build, and we go from there. Right, so when it comes to your actual caravan build, the process only takes about 5 or 6 days. The chassis is built in-house now, and they have a huge amount of components and suppliers nearby. They're all ordered in advance. So the chassis built, comes in, the vinyl's laid down, all the components put on. It's a very, very slick process. What we do is once that caravan's built, we get them to send us a whole file of photos so that we can go through and match those photos to your spec that we laid out in the beginning phases, making sure that they match. So before the caravan leaves the factory, we've gone through a checklist basically of your customizations and made sure that they are applied to the caravan. Any discrepancies there get fixed up on site straight away. Your caravan then enters the shipping phase of the process. Before it leaves the factory, the progress payment is due on the caravan, 80% of the purchase price minus the deposit. Your caravan is picked up from the manufacturers and transferred to the Port of Melbourne. It gets put onto an enclosed ro-ro ship, and it takes about 5 or 6 days to get from Melbourne to Auckland. We pick it up at the port, and then we get a registration, NZTA registration, and we put it through a warrant of fitness. That warrant of fitness is valid for 3 years, and then after that it's every year. This is a little bit different to your fifth wheelers and your really big heavy caravans or the camper vans. The caravan will then spend a couple of days in Auckland just getting compliance. It leaves Australia with all its compliance certificates, the gas certificate, the electrical warrant of fitness, all those sorts of things, but none of those apply in New Zealand. Although it's the same standard, it doesn't apply in New Zealand. It has to get recertified. So we get a new electrical certificate, electrical warrant of fitness, and a gas certificate. We also put it through self-containment compliance, and there's a few things like the antenna and the TV components. The Australian components don't work in New Zealand, so we have to get that all refitted here in New Zealand The company that we use for our compliance work also goes through an additional quality check, making sure that everything, all the components work, all the appliances work, and that everything is up to scratch. The Caravan then comes back to InsideOut RV, where we do our own quality checks and cleaning, because a lot of this is ply, solid ply. There's often a lot of sawdust that gets jiggled out in the shipping process, so we give it a very thorough clean, and for any last components that need to be done, and then your Caravan is ready for handover, ready to come to its new owners. So while the Caravan's making its way to New Zealand, there's a few things that you as the new owners need to get done on your vehicle, get prepared. So your auto electrician will need to fit the brake controllers and the monitor for the reverse camera and the rear vision camera, and you need to check that you've got the right size tow ball, a 50mm tow ball, and just making sure that you've got the essentials like some gas, 9 kg gas bottles and those types of things. We'll give you a list to go through to check off all those requirements. Make sure you've got the insurance for once you take over the Caravan at handover, ready for your new Caravan. Right, handover is quite a lengthy process. You need to allow a couple of hours for this. We have a huge amount of paperwork that we need to get through, checking off all the different items, making sure that we've educated you on how to use them, explained what we've done in terms of compliance and cleaning and quality control, and make sure that everything is in order. We go through at length on the exterior of the Caravan, on the different aspects of it. The interior, we teach you how to use the appliances, flush the toilet, use the fridge, adjust the TV, all those types of things. And then once those are all ticked off and signed off, we go through some acceptance documentation, just that you're happy with the condition that the Caravan's in, that there's no problems. If there does happen to be a problem, that's all documented, and that the warranty process has started with those things. And then we recommend that you go head off on what we call a shakedown holiday. So just going away somewhere not too far away, still in civilization, maybe just for a weekend or for a night, where you will be trying out all the different aspects of the Caravan, but you haven't gone on holiday for a whole week and then to realise that you can't remember how to use something, or something's not quite working properly and you need a bit of advice. So if you bring your the different things that you'll need for that, bedding and your 9 kg gas bottles, that type of thing, is highly recommended at the end of the handover. And our support doesn't end there. We're always at the end of the phone. We can give you a bit of advice. There's a lot of video tutorials, and we're always building on those, on how to do things, fold out the awning, or checking the indicator light on the toilet cassette, and adjusting the fridge settings, all those types of things. We're always continually building our video library on instructional videos there. But at that point, once the handover's done, all the documentation's been completed, the Caravan is yours. The final payment is transferred, and it becomes your Caravan.